Hello and welcome to this episode of Cosmic Tarot, where today I'm going to be sharing a brand new deck with you. You can see right here it's still in the packaging that it came with. I have blocked out my address and the address of the guy that sent it, but you can see right there that is Patrick Valencia's name and Deviant Moon Incorporated. My favorite deck of all time is the Deviant Moon Tarot, as you probably know by now, and everything that he creates is like an absolute favorite, and I'm really excited to share this one with you. It is, like I said, brand new, and I have just taken the time to take this like side off of it acts like I haven't, but I have cut the tape on this side already so we can open it up and we can see what's in here. And before we get to the deck, which this is what I purchased, I really want to show just what comes with a Deviant Moon deck when you purchase directly from the website. This means don't buy it from Amazon, don't buy it from any second websites or anything like that. Most definitely don't buy this from Temu or Wish or anything, because those are counterfeits. You want to buy it from Patrick Valencia, because Patrick Valencia always shares something with you that you're not going to get from those other places, even Amazon. And you've got this cool little card right here that shows like the Ouija board, and you got the little things right there. I think I have like 3 or 4 of them by now, but it's awesome to like just keep with you, and it's such a little cool thing that, you know, places like Amazon and Walmart, it's like big companies like that, they're not going to share stuff with you like this, and it's really cool to have these little things that you can like really enjoy. And like, just I keep one in my wallet just because I think it's cool, and you can use this as like a really quick little way to like connect with the guides and connect with the spirits and stuff. You get the whole alphabet and everything there, you know, you got the yes and no, and you got the goodbye. This is an awesome card, and I'm so excited to have another one of them. The viewing is one of the cards they share with me as well. You can see the card right there in the coffin. Now, I do have a video about this card particularly, or this deck that they shared with. I cannot remember the name at this exact time, but it's an X-ray version of it. Really cool in black light. It's an awesome little card that shows like just something else he has to share. There's the back of the cards if you're interested in that. And then a little playing card we have right here, and it's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 of diamonds, it seems. And it kind of shows like the connection it has with like the past and the 1800s and stuff like that. And very cool little illustration there. And there's not much to it. There's the back of that one. And Mildred Payne, who will be very much part of the deck that we share about this in this episode. And you can see her there with all her cards and everything, and her little well, for lack of a better word, crazy little focus right there. And it's really cool that he shares this information with you, and he shares these decks. And you have the deck right here, and it says download Mildred's deluxe PDF at deviantmoon.com/MildredHTM, so you can like get the information about it as well. And you can see a card and an illustration of her as well. Now in this deck you do have this as well, and it's like more than the PDF, it actually shares the deck with you as well, and like the information and everything. But I haven't even shared what this deck is about yet. You can see everything is a little bit different. I don't have my tablecloth that I usually do when I do these kind of videos, or I do any video for that matter. And it's a little bit different because I have a little bit of a different mindset for this video. You can see my little pumpkin over here with all these bright colors. We're going to get to it. I'm going to share this awesome deck that is still in bubble wrap with you. And you can see it at the same time as I have, because I have looked at the cards that are in here, but I haven't shared the deck yet, and that's exactly what we're going to do in this video. I know you can't actually see the deck right now because it is very much still very black and in cellophane. It's actually bubble wrap, something that I personally love. I don't know if you can hear it there, but you can hear the bubbles popping, and I just... It's such a stress reliever. I really enjoy it. I do have the black light on because that's why I wanted this deck. I wanted a copy that was written in black and white, illustrated in black and white. And my pumpkin over here, that's very much like part of the black light. I've painted it in neon colors. I bought the paint from Spirit Halloween, and I love the way that it came out. It doesn't really come in video as well as I feel like it should, but that's okay. You're not here to see that necessarily. You're here to experience the deck. You see a little skulls on my bandana right here. Seriously, that's what I do. People tell you need to wrap up your decks in silk, but I'm a huge fan of bandanas. You can get them from Hobby Lobby, you can get them from Michael's and different places, and they're only a couple bucks each, and they're fantastic for using as like backgrounds and stuff like that. Like, it's fantastic. I so much better than silk, I feel, and so much cheaper. And you can wrap your decks up in it. You can keep in your bag. You can take them with you. They're awesome. But we're not really here to talk about that. What I want to do is share this deck with you. And as you can see, well, sort of, I haven't even taken it out of the bubble wrap yet. You can hear it there coming out, and I'm so excited to share this with you. You are seeing this the same time I have. I have not seen this deck yet at all. Right here, I can kind of see, well, it's dark, but it comes in a little satchel bag right here. It comes like, it's a little felt bag. You can kind of feel the softness of it. So it kind of shows like you can take it with you wherever you go. You can experience this, and you can like, share it with others. It's not a tarot deck. It's very much the oracle deck. I am going to take a moment and turn the light on, like not the black light necessarily, like the actual light, so you can kind of see it. It's still kind of purpley and everything, but you can see there it kind of comes in a little bag, and you can like tie it up and everything. But the deck itself is in here, and you open it up. You can see there it's very much on the in the cellophane thing. I believe this is the second edition of this. There's trumpet, there's the little skeleton right there, and there's the awesomeness of the Secret Pocket Oracle, Mildred Payne's Secret Pocket Oracle by Deviant Moon Incorporated, of the Sèance Edition Deluxe. So I'm really excited to share this. I have the original copy of this deck. Like, they're really tiny cards. I think they're only about that big. So this one is more playing card size, and that's perfect for shuffling. Because the smaller the deck is, and even the larger the deck is, the more difficult it is to actually share, to be able to shuffle and everything. So this is a really good size of this deck, and I'm really excited that it's a different size than the ones that I had before. I love that deck. I love how small and unique it is. Maybe I'll make a video of that deck in the future. If you want to check that one out, just let me know in the comments if you want me to do something like that. But we're going to check out this deck, and I am going to end up turning off the light. I love how the purple is like connecting right here, but I'm going to turn off the light so you can actually see the cards themselves in the black light. We're just going to get it open first, so you don't like have to deal with me doing that in the dark. We have the plastic off of it, and you can see right there, it very much glows under the black light. It says Mildred Payne's Secret Pocket Oracle Sèance Edition Deluxe, and I can see it very, very well with the black light. But we're not really looking at the box. We kind of looked at the box, excuse me, very much a little bit ago. Like, there's the cool little skeleton. You can see there's the front of the box. There is the back of the box. And you can see there, it's not a tarot deck. It's very much an oracle deck, and it's very much trusting your intuition about it. Like, there's the 3. You can see the little 3 up there. I don't know if you can see it or not. The 3 in the trumpet kind of says celebrate your victories to me. Shoot, you like fly that free flag and be proud of yourself. That's what the trumpet always like screams to me. You know, being loud and boisterous and being true to who you are. But we're going to get into the deck, and we're going to share all the cards that are in this deck. We're going to open it up right now. And as you can see, very much still in the plastic. I have not opened it yet, but I did make a little nick in the plastic so I can get it off rather easily, so you don't have to like sit there and see me struggle with that. I'm going to take it out, and you are going to see this the same time that I do. I have not opened this deck before. I very much wanted to share it with you. And as this is Halloween weekend that I'm sharing it with you, you know, the exciting time. It's almost Halloween. Halloween is this coming Tuesday when I'm making this video. So, you know, you got something exciting going on. Hallelujah. Like, this is my favorite holiday, and I'm really, really excited to share it with you. If you're curious, these are my cat's toys. I just happened to notice, as my room is all black light right now where I make these videos, these things like really stuck out, so I thought it'd be cool just kind of add them, because a lot of my crystals don't actually like really shine when it comes to black light, so that's why I've just kind of added them, like just for an extra effect. Now what I'm going to do is set the deck right here, and I'm going to share it with all of you. And it says right here, like the, you know, welcoming card, for lack of a better word. You know, Mildred Payne's Secret Pocket Oracle Sèance Edition Deluxe. That's like all this card is. But it very much glows in black light. Very, very cool deck. That's why I wanted to do this at night, you know, so I could actually share this unique connection with it. You can see here we have Fetus. That is the first card in the deck. and that is the beginning of our lives as humans. You can see there very much, we all start out as fetuses. We all start out beginning our lives. Like, in a way, this can very much be the Magician of the Major Arcana. It shows the beginning, taking that initial leap, deciding that we want to take a chance to start our lives, deciding that we want to start as humans. You know, if that's, you know, what you believe with the whole reincarnation, everything, you know, you choose your family, you choose to start your life, and that's what this card is all about. So there's fetus, and you can see very much glows, very cool. And we follow that with time, and we only have so much time in our lives to really achieve our goals. Life is short, life is precious. Taking those times to really learn from our past, you know, 2 relates to the High Priestess of the Major Arcana. We take that time to learn from where we've been, we trust our intuitions, and we take the time to make our dreams come true. So awesome illustration there, very cool in the black light. It shows like just the time we take to make our dreams come true, take the time to trust our intuitions and believe in ourselves. Hag is next, and it's labeled 3 of the cards. I wanted to say the Major Arcana, but this relates to the Empress. You know, once you take that time to be a mother, you take that time, you know, we're still kind of connecting with the time over here on the right. When you take that time to really experience life and learn from life, you know, eventually you become this. And Hag gets such a bad connotation, like negative, but it's those women, those people in our lives that have the experience, the knowledge, the wisdom to really trust their intuitions of that energy of the High Priestess. Girl is labeled 4 of the Major Arcana, which replaces the Emperor. You know, this is not a tarot deck, but I'm Cosmic Crow Tarot. Of course, I'm going to be focused on more of the tarot than an oracle deck, but it shows that girls can very much be the man in the lives, have every much of strength and confidence as a man does. So this says, like, even if you're a female, that strong foundation is still within you. So you move from the girl to the boy of the 5, and this relates to the Hierophant of the Major Arcana, and shows the masculinity, the strength we have within to change our lives for the better, because there is that 5, and it relates to change and transformation. So that boy knows what he wants to achieve. He knows that action that he takes, because I always relate the masculine energy to the man and the feminine energy to the woman. So taking that time to take action on your dreams, as well as thinking everything through, combining that man and that woman, that masculine and that feminine, can help you achieve your goals. So that is the 5 of this deck. And the 6 is the devil. And we have the illustration of the devil right there. Like, he looks all angry, he looks all mean. But that 6, and you know, this relates to the devil of the Major Arcana as well, because the devil of the Major Arcana is 15, and what is 15 reduced to but 6? And it shows how connected the Lovers is to the devil of the tarot. Like, if you go through your tarot deck and you look, the Lovers, the characters in the Lovers, I'm just going to use the Rider-Waite-Smith as an example here. The Rider-Waite-Smith like depicts the Lovers standing in front of the angels, the man and the woman like coming together and connecting. And when it comes to the devil, those same characters are sitting there being trapped by the devil. So this like learning from experiences, like that's what a 6 always represents to me, is learning from experience, learning from the past, so you can love who you are in the present. Like self-reflection, that's the number that I always think of as a 6. So learning from those experiences and really facing your inner demons and loving who you are despite it. Like, that's very much the energy of the 6 to me. So as demonized as this devil looks, what is the devil? For lack of anything best, what is the devil but just the word lived spelled backwards? So learning from the past and really loving who you are, living your life the way that you want, you can face those inner devils, those inner demons, and really trust yourself and love who you are and move forward. So we're going to move forward and set the devil down and move to Tooth, which is labeled 7 of the Major Arcana. Now, I can't think of anything to just like throw up for this, but quite literally, it's a picture of a tooth. So whatever that inspires your intuition to go for, whatever this image like represents for you. You know, if you feel a pain in your tooth, like you have a significant toothache, then you might not want to travel forward. Chariot of the Major Arcana is the number in the tarot cards of the number 7. So when you like have a toothache, you're not going to want to feel moving forward. But when you have the strength and you really feel confident in yourself and you have that mouth that's willing to share your dreams and everything, you can move forward. Labeled 8 of the deck is blood, and it's quite literally just an illustration of blood. And when it comes to strength, strength is the card that I always relate to the major arcana of like the tarot. Well, when it comes to Marseille tarot though, it is justice that replaces the strength in the number 8. But this shows the blood, sweat, and tears that we need to succeed. So that blood that we give, that blood that flows through our brain, our veins, that's what gives us the strength we need to keep moving forward in our lives, to succeed, to make our lives what we want them to be. We have to shed a little blood in order to create the lives that we love and find the success and wealth that we need. And that's the energy of the 8, and the 8 is the blood in this deck. We move to ear of number 9. And 9 is the number that I love the most. Well, one of the numbers I love the most. If we're gonna like be specific, 713 is my favorite number, but that's beside the point. There's not 713 cards in this deck, so we won't be talking about that. But ear kind of shows the wisdom that we present, the wisdom that we possess. The Hermit of the major arcana, taking that time to learn from the past. All the numbers, energy of the numbers that have come before, very much connects to the number 9. 9 is the biggest number we can come to. At least that's how I see it. The biggest number we can come to, because every number reduces to 9, and this shows taking the time to listen, taking the time to experience, to lend an ear to someone else so they can share their stories. Learning from others can help us succeed as well. So there's the ear, and the eye is next. The eye is labeled 10 of the major arcana. I keep wanting to call this the major arcana. Labeled 10 of the oracle deck. Mildred, Payne, Secret Pocket Oracle, that is this deck, the Sèance edition. The 10 and the eye, you know, that's the Wheel of Fortune and the major arcana, you know, seeing what you want to achieve, knowing that you've learned everything from the past and you're really going to succeed moving forward because you've experienced all the knowledge that you've needed in the past to succeed in moving forward. So trust yourself, spin that wheel, have confidence, and look forward and bright to the future. Heart is labeled 11. And you can see it right there, and this could very much be justice or strength. And just like the blood we met in the 8, that heart beating for what we want to achieve, that heart, trusting that heart and believing in ourselves can help us be fair to ourselves and fair to what we want to achieve moving forward. So very much as long as our hearts keep beating, we can trust ourselves and we can move forward with confidence. Hand is labeled 12 of the major arcana, and it takes our hands to guide us. It takes our hands to help us achieve our goals, to take action on our goals. You know, getting our hands dirty, that's very much a saying that we know and we appreciate and love, because it shows just the willingness we have to achieve our goals and to take chances on ourselves and lend a hand to the people that might need it. This is labeled 12, as you can see right there, of the like that relates to the Hangman of the major arcana. You know, taking the time to learn that all we can so we can experience what we want to experience moving forward. So trust yourself, lend a hand to the people that you care about, and really love yourself enough to believe that you can achieve your goals, having patience with yourself as you learn all that you can. Skull is labeled 13 of the major arcana, which makes, I'm not going to get done with saying that. Skull is labeled 13 in the major arcana. This relates it to death in the major arcana, and the skull very much makes sense with that. You know, it's our head that causes us a lot of the pain sometimes. Taking that time to really fight with our inner demons and really focusing on the deaths that we might have experienced in our lives, the endings and everything, but really trusting our minds and trusting our hearts can help us overcome whatever we have to overcome moving forward. Everything dies eventually, so this tells us, you know, as long as we have our heads about us, we can overcome whatever ending we face. 14 is the moon in this deck, and you can see there the picture of the moon. Very beautiful when it comes to the illustration, very unique, and it just inspires our intuition and our trust ourselves. The 14 there relates to temperance of the major arcana. You can see there he's very much sleeping. Perhaps he's learning from the past so he can apply that to the present. That's how I've always seen temperance. The sun is labeled 15 in this deck, and that's interesting because the sun is actually 15 relates to the devil of the major arcana, so it kind of shows like that our own like suns, our own like positivity and confidence can like keep us trapped sometimes, or keep us like feeling like we're devils in our lives. But if we don't see this as like the devil, and if you don't have like a mindset for tarot like just focused on tarot, then this very much can be the most positive card in the deck, because you see the sun there. And a beautiful illustration again, very cool and creepy in the dark. I love it. And we have the storm next. And this storm is labeled 16, which very much relates to the Tower of the Major Arcana of Tarot, and shows that like life will throw us curveballs. Life will give us reasons we want to give up, turn everything upside down, and make us not want to see the way forward. But when the storm comes, the storm passes, and that's what gives us the rainbow at the end of the tunnel. And taking the time to really learn from those experiences is what's going to help us move forward. So there is the illustration of the storm. And the fire is the card that connects with the star of the Major Arcana of the Tarot. Just beautiful illustration of a flame right there. And it shows the passion and fire that we can take after the storm comes, after the tower collapses. And we can really believe in ourselves and take another chance in our lives. And, you know, make our lives what we truly want them to be after the ending that we've experienced. That inner passion, that inner fire will take us far. That 1 in 7 that we see up there kind of relates to strength and wealth, or strength or justice and success and wealth. So when we let that inner passion fuel us to go forward, we can take control and really make our lives what we want them to be. Of course, fire and water kind of go hand in hand right there, and water is the 18 of this deck, which relates it to the moon of the Major Arcana and the Hermit as well, when you reduce that 18 to 9. And it shows trusting our emotions, learning from our emotions, and not letting the pain of the past hold us back, not letting those experiences, those painful tower moments that made us want to just give up, not letting them hold us back, and really find the confidence to keep going. So when we go with the ocean of emotion and we really trust ourselves, you know, learning from those emotions, learning from that past, we can make our lives what we want them to be. Dagger is labeled 19, which replaces the sun if we were working with the tarot deck and the Major Arcana. And, you know, stabbing to the truth, really trusting ourselves, finding the confidence we need to succeed, and really believe in our own worth, and be willing, you see the little blood drops right there, really learning from those wounds and those experiences, and find the confidence we need to believe that we are worthy of our days in the sun. Boot is labeled 20. Sorry if you heard a little weird noise there. I actually got coughed and I had to like stop for a second. That was a cough you heard. I'm perfectly fine. We're gonna continue. Boot to me immediately starts the song. These boots are made for walking. And when you're able to like really trust yourself, you know, there with the 19, you can see right there. When you're able to find the confidence, you know, to keep going, forgive the past. This is labeled 20, so it relates to judgment of the Major Arcana. When you're able to learn from the past, you can like take those boots, take whatever you're wearing, and move forward in your life, trusting your intuition and trusting yourself. Because what does 20 reduce to? But that 2 of the High Priestess of the Major Arcana, you know, trusting yourself, believing in yourself, and taking the time to learn from the past so you can take those boots and you can keep walking to achieving your great dreams. So this is a really cool deck. It's really interesting. Very subtle is the word that's coming to mind about it, because it's not a tarot deck and there's not much to go with. It's just words on a card, and it's just illustrations that can inspire your intuition. And that's what's really cool about oracle decks, because it's entirely up to you how you want to see it. It's entirely like your goal and your intuition telling you how to read them. Like 21 would relate to the world of the Major Arcana, and then we are on our own with the rest of the cards, because, you know, the Major Arcana only goes to 21 with the world. And the key tells us that we have what it takes to succeed. We have what it takes to feel on top of the world. We take control when we take those boots and start walking. So there is the key that is labeled 22, and it shows just the key, the success that we have within our power, the key to success that we have when we turn the key and we really believe in ourselves and take those boots and start walking towards our goals. So then we move to Cat is 22. And you can see here, it's a beautiful illustration of a cat. And I could spend this entire video talking about how much I love cats, but you can see the illustration there, very much glowy and awesome in the illustration of a cat. 23 is flower, and you can see the flower right there as a beautiful rose. Roses are some of my favorite flowers. They're so beautiful, yet at the same time they are dark and almost evil because they have those thorns on them. You know, your beauty has a little bit of evil to it, just like you and I. We have evil in us as much as we're good. 24 is mirror. So this kind of reminds you to reflect on yourself, reflect on your life, reflect on your past, to really trust yourself. We have the 2 and the 4 up there, which relates to the 6 of the major arcana, because that reduces the 6. And it says take a look, self-reflection. You know, reflection is mirror. So this very much connects with that energy as well. Taking that time to look within so you can really love yourself and trust yourself to move forward. 25 is stick. And that kind of shows like the 25 relates to the Chariot of the major arcana because it has the 2 and the 5. And you know, you have to take that stick. I see this as the wands of this tarot, like the minor arcana of the wands, and taking that passion, driving yourself forward and letting that inner passion, that inner stick into what you want to achieve. Pop It is next at 26, and you can see the illustration right there. You know, 2 and 6 relate to 8, the success and wealth that you're achieving. You know, if you want to create something like, this is making me think of like witchcraft and stuff like that, you know, harming your enemies, but don't ever, like, when it comes to the Wiccan religion, you believe, that's one of my favorite things. Like, if you harm somebody else, which that's what makes me think of Pop It, when you're harming somebody else, you know, that comes back to you threefold. Trust yourself, don't harm others, and really, like, just be love and compassionate. That's going to help you succeed more than harming somebody else when you focus on yourself and you don't focus on somebody else. 27 is wall. You can see there the illustration is very much a brick wall, showing the struggles that we have when we really 2 and 7 relates to the hermit, really like shut ourselves off when we build these walls and we don't believe in ourselves. 28 is house. Right there, you can see that illustration, like the wall that we talked about just a moment ago. Like, when we feel comfortable and safe in our houses, do we really feel like we can move forward, or are we just stuck in these feelings, stuck in these walls, and not trusting ourselves to move forward and find that confidence we need to believe in ourselves? Moth is 29. And like cats, I love moths, and this is just such a beautiful illustration of a moth, and it's like just shows the transformation, the transformative energies that we have when we want to move forward, when we take that confidence and we take that control and really move forward in our lives. 30 is wheel in this deck, and you can see the wheel right there. You know, that 3, that number of creation, creativity and creation itself, believing in ourselves, taking that time to spin the wheel. We're getting into the Wheel of Fortune, the major arcana right here, but taking that time to really know that we had the power to create the lives that we want, to take that wheel and drive forward. Tree is 31 in this deck. You can see it right there. Ladder would be 32. You know, Hierophant in the major arcana, the 3 and the 2, trusting our Empress and our High Priestess to get us where we want to be, to ascend the ladder. Ladder is followed by door in this deck, and you can see the door right there. For, like, if I say certain words, like certain songs get stuck into my head, and Break On Through to the Other Side is playing in my head right now, of the Doors. And you can see the illustration right there. I don't know if like certain things come up in your head when you hear certain words, but that's the one that comes up in my head. Factory is 34. You can see there, that's definitely an obstacle we have to overcome sometimes. That 3 and 4 relates to the Chariot of the major arcana when you reduce the 3 and 4 to 7. Rat is 35. Not a fun illustration necessarily. Some of us love rats, others do not. There's some big rats out there. I've seen them just in my drives and stuff, and like they're the size of cats, so they're slightly creepy. Snake, that follows the rat, and snakes in general follow rats because, you know, they like to eat rats. I will not tell you the restaurant that I have worked at in the past, but I have heard that our restaurant was full of rats, and there was actually a snake in there eating them. So I'm not gonna share what restaurant that was, but that's something that's definitely disturbing of like an experience. I'm glad I didn't see the snake. Snakes are my biggest terror, like the thing that terrifies me the most. So that's a little tidbit about me you might not have known. Pentagram is next, and you see it there. It's labeled 37. Now, personally, I say this is a pentacle and not a pentagram because it's not like this. I don't know if you can see it or not. To me, when the card is up or reversed, you can see the little like demon horns up here and up here. That to me is a pentagram, whereas like when the star is just pointed up, that's a pentacle. But to each their own, and very cool illustration of this. I love the pentacle. I wear it around my neck every day. We have bell as 38. You can see that illustration right there. You know, ring the bell. Be confident in yourself. It reminds me of the trumpet that I mentioned about the bottom on the box that the deck came in a little bit ago. We have broom as 39. You see the illustration right there. Chalice as 40. So this could be the Ace of Cups of the tarot. You can see the cup right there, very much reminiscent of a cup in the tarot. Fish is 41. You know, trust your emotions, trust that ocean of emotion, and don't let your emotions overwhelm you. It's immediately what I think about when I see the fish, or the fish that is in the Rider-Waite-Smith Page of Cups. You know, he's holding the cup and talking to him. Be weird, be proud of yourself, trust yourself. Cauldron is 42. You can see the illustration right there. 43. I cannot pronounce that word, so we're not going to. But you can see the big like crystal ball there, and the more time you look at it, the more like things might pop into you, the more you trust yourself. For me, I'm just picturing the Wizard of Oz and Dorothy looking into the big glass ball that the Wicked Witch of the West had as she looked at Auntie Em and missed her. So that's what pops out in my head when I see this. But the more you look at it, you might think it's something else. Because like crystal balls and stuff, that's been around as a form of divination for hundreds if not thousands of years, and it just goes to show what our intuitions can really teach us when we really take the time to focus. Focusing on 44 now, and it is the octopus. You can see the illustration right there of one of the most intelligent beings on the planet. I personally don't believe they're even of this planet. They're more of aliens. Like, they're so special, they're so unique, and they're so intelligent. It just shows just how amazing the earth really is and amazing the world really is. And we haven't even taken the time to learn from the oceans. But that is octopus. Poison is 45, and you can see that illustration there. Umbrella. If I can get the cards apart. Umbrella right there as 46. You have candle follows umbrella as 47. There's that trumpet we had on the back that I've already spoken about as 48. The crow, personally, favorite card on the deck, cat and crow, of course. I love these cards, and I love the illustration there. It's so subtle, and it to me screams, you know, face that darkness, trust that darkness, trust your intuition, and call like you believe in yourself, trust yourself. That's, to me, that's the most important thing of the tarot, to really trust yourself and your intuition. Coin is 50. You can see the illustration right there as a coin, so you can connect it to the Ace of Pentacles of the Major Arcana. Then we have spider, the spider right there. An ankh right there, the Egyptian symbol. Gotta fix the cards so they're not as messy. And we have iceberg as 53. 54 is B. You know, work hard on your goals, support the people that are higher than you. Really, if you want to achieve a goal, you stay diligent, you stay working hard to achieve it. Pipe is 55. 56 would be axe. You can see the illustration of the axe right there. A frog is 57. I've heard frogs are great luck and good fortune. You might see it that way. You might fear frogs because there are poisonous frogs out there that one touch of them can kill you. So frogs are very interesting. Saturn is 58. Hard work and responsibility is how I see the astrological planet of Saturn. So when this comes up, you kind of like just have to tell yourself, you know, I need to be disciplined. I need to be focused. I need to be able to work hard in order to achieve my goals. Ribbon is 59. You can see the illustration right there. A beautiful ribbon, nicely put. 60 is stump, and you can see the illustration right there is quite literally a stump. And that's the interesting thing about this deck. Like I said, it's not a tarot deck. It's not going to give you the intuition that you're looking for. It's going to give you a picture that you're going to have to trust, that you're going to have to really learn from and experience. You see the foot there, you see the 61 there, that can help you a lot with it. But really, this goes back to the boots. We talked about the boots illustration, and really taking that time to walk towards what you want to achieve, to leave the past behind. Take those boots and keep walking. 62 would be pitchfork. You can see the illustration right there for pitchfork. Kind of looks like a trident that King Triton would have with Little Mermaid. So you can see very much the illustration there in the 62. 63 would be lighthouse. So, you know, after you take that trident that I'm going to call the pitchfork, you know, you find the lighthouse, and your lighthouse helps you find your way home. Arrow is 64. You know, once you get on land and you don't need the trident anymore, you might need the arrow to really set your sights on what you want to achieve. This reminds me of Sagittarius, of taking those ideas, not being afraid to shoot for the moon, shoot for the stars, and achieve your goals, staying optimistic about it. Dove is 65 in this deck, and you can see the illustration of the dove right there. Beautiful illustration. When it comes to arts and everything, there's nobody higher, in my opinion, than Patrick Valencia himself. The creator behind this deck and the creator behind the Deviant Moon incorporated whole business in the Deviant Moon Tarot. To this day, I'm still so looking forward to the Deviant Moon Oracle. That will be coming out, I think, in 2024, and I cannot wait for that to happen. 66 Antidote is next. You can see the illustration right there. It sort of looks like a light bulb, but you can see the potion bottle right there. 67 is the Star, and you can see the illustration, a beautiful illustration of the star right there. Shovel is 68. You can see the picture of the shovel right there. 69 is the harp. 70 is a bone. You know, give the dog a bone. Trust yourself. I keep saying trust myself, like that's even relevant to our bone. Staying loyal, that is the thing about a dog, like remaining loyal, being a friend to others, being kind and compassionate, you know, lick away your wounds, you know, chew on a bone, you know, when you're feeling stressed and stuff like that. 71 is feather. A beautiful illustration of a feather is right there. Owl is 72, one of the wisest creatures in the world. One of my favorite people in the world is Wise Owl Tarot. Like, you can find her on Instagram, like she always shares such inspirational messages and stuff, and there's a beautiful illustration of an owl right there, and it very much reminds me of her. Diamond is 73. Hat is 74. 75 is herb. You know, learning from the plants and everything, that can help us succeed as well. Long before we had doctors and like the healthcare that we have today, we like trusted herbs and nature to help us. So when this card comes up, we can really trust ourselves to like learn about that and really, you know, use nature and herbs to help us succeed or help us to become healthy. Shell is 76. You can see the illustration right there of the shell. Comet is 77, and the illustration of the comet right there flying in. 78 is the shield. 79 is the Scrouge, I believe that it says. I could be wrong about that. Pronunciation and I are not exactly friends, but you can see kind of like the whip there, so it reminds me of the Lenormand decks that I'm trying really hard to like learn right now. But you can see there like the whip, like taking that control and whipping ourselves into success. Mushroom is 80. You can see the card right there and the illustration of the mushroom. Rope is 81. You can see that. Book is 82. 83 is Wish, and it has a picture of a lamp, like a lamp that the magician or the genie is coming out of to make all of our wishes come true. 84 is Dragon, and you can see the illustration of the dragon right there. Sage is 85. Acorn is 86. 87 is Volcano. 88 is Scarab. Now, Scarab has one of the best stories I've ever heard. It's the inspiration behind Carl Jung making the term synchronicity, because he was, if I remember correctly, it was a story about he was talking to his client, and she was talking about like dreams she had and everything, and she was talking about Egypt. And when he was talking to her about it, you know, this was in, like, I don't know exactly where they were, but it definitely was not Egypt. And when he was talking to her about it, like, she actually like, and Scarab actually like came to their window and was like, hey, I'm right here, when they were talking about a scarab. So it kind of represents like Carl Jung to me, and the scarab and the knowledge that comes from learning from the past. So beautiful illustration of the scarab there. And that brings us to card number 89, the rare card in this deck. This deck card does not exist in the original Mildred Payne Secret Pocket Oracle, I don't believe, but it is infinity, showing that even when our lives feel like they're over, there's always something else to begin. There's always something to trust ourselves. That symbol of the infinity symbol, it rises above the magician when it comes to the, like, labeled one of the major arcana, really taking that time to learn, to always keep going no matter what happens, to trust ourselves, to trust that the universe has our backs. Like, that's what this swirl and everything reminds me of. And that is the completion of this entire deck. There's 89 cards in it. Beautiful illustrations. Black light, you know, it looks really cool in it. But they work very much in regular light as well, which is how we're going to end this video today. Very much in the still light. Very beautiful illustrations, very unique, and just like single cards and everything. But it just shows the power that our intuitions have when we be able to take these cards, just the random illustrations that they show, and can inspire our thoughts to really achieve what we want to achieve. You can see they're very much beautiful in the regular light too, very much blue. You can see the cards right there. Everything is right there that you will need to trust yourself. The bag itself is blue as well, so really cool little take on it that you might want to share with others. As I said, I've got to get that out of the box. You can see here it shares with you what you are looking for. Let's move the pumpkin out of the way so I can actually show this to you. But like here, it shows you the 1 card readings, the 2 card spirit reading. And this is something like they didn't share with the original one. And it has all the different meanings right here that you can use to kind of inspire you too. There's only like a sentence on each one, but that can really get your emotion or your intuition flowing. You can see there we start with the fetus and we move all the way over to, if I can get there, like the scarab that we start with 88. So there's nothing about affinity. You have to really trust yourself and your mind to give you those answers that you're looking for. But this is an awesome deck that if you're not really, you're looking for something that's not tarot, you're looking for something to really trust yourself more, this is an awesome deck to have. It's an awesome deck to like try out. If as long as it's available on his website still, again, do not buy from Temu, do not buy from Wish. Do not even buy from Amazon, because you don't get such many cool things as you did, like I shared in the first part of this video. But if it's available on his website, I will share that link in the description below. Awesome deck to have. I'm really excited to add this deck to my collection. If you are interested in having a deck or a reading with this deck, I highly recommend you choose a tarot deck and just ask if you can have like a card from this deck, and I will totally share that with you in the reading. But I don't particularly feel comfortable sharing a reading with just this deck. It doesn't seem good enough for me, but I can do that if you're interested in it. Any of that is available. You know, you can message me on this video. You can message me on any of the socials. I'll share all that in the link below. And like I said, I'll share a link where you can purchase this deck for yourself in your own collection if you're interested in that. As always though, I really hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed watching it, and you know, you might have learned something you didn't know before. That's always my hope too. But I greatly appreciate you watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you again in the next one.